make sure this is recording.
I know I do that too because I'm like,
yeah,
are we
it's recording.
still okay? Good. Do you have any specific crazy customer service stories that stick out to you that you would like to tell?
As far as like me providing the customer service or
either. So tell me one of the craziest customer service horror stories you've had where you were either working customer service or you were receiving the customer service.
Pull out this scroll real quick. The first one that comes to my mind, and maybe it's because it's most recent, is do you remember when I posted
the audio recording? I knew he was gonna talk about this.
I literally accidentally recorded this situation. It was in my pocket.
That's crazy.
But I had been recording for 45 minutes, and then
That's crazy.
during the 20-minute mark, this encounter happened, whatever. I was minding my business at work, and I was leaving. I was going to get coffee, so I was I'm gonna go to my coffee break, whatever. I walk by and I see this lady at the front desk, and I'm like, okay, I kind of remember her, and I remember her being problematic. So let me stay because I'm the manager, and I don't want her getting crazy with my staff. So let me make sure that everything's cool before I get my coffee. Should have just went and got my coffee, to be honest. I go in the lobby and I'm pretending to do, stocking stuff and whatever. And she's getting crazy with one of my front desk employees, but they're handling it well. They're doing their thing, so it's fine. I'm just making sure that things don't get super crazy. She's yelling at her, they're going back and forth. And then she turns, she spots me, and she's like, "You, I remember you." And I was like, what? And I didn't fully remember what the situation was. I just remembered that she was problematic. And then she was like, "The last time I was here, you were so rude to me. You didn't let me smoke on the balcony. You were like, ma'am, you can't smoke here." I'm like,
because you can't. You actually can't.
It's literally actually illegal that you cannot smoke here. And then she had her alcohol. I was like, "Ma'am, you can't drink here." And I was nice to her though. That's the thing. Obviously, we have to be nice. If you're not nice at said spa, they're gonna call you in the office and be like, what would So I was super nice. I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We actually I can't allow you to have alcohol in here, and you can't smoke here, blah, 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 blah." And she was like, "Why not? What is this area for?" And I was like, "It's for people to get fresh air." And then she's like, "Oh, okay." And then she keeps smoking. And I'm like, "Ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm actually really gonna need you to just kind of put that out right now."
Don't finish it.
And then she got so upset and this whole thing or whatever. Anyways, fast forward to this second situation. She was just screaming at the top of her lungs and just pointing her finger, and then I don't know now that I'm talking about it, I was like, damn. Let me just put the audio, insert the audio. No, I'm just kidding.
Right? I know, I'm
I think I've deleted it. But I've since deleted it because, but she was screaming at me. And then to the point where I was like, and I didn't say a thing. I was just quiet. I was just taking her punches. And then I was like, "Okay, ma'am, actually, I can't have you talk to me like that anymore." And because I said, this is post 2020. This was this year. So I'm like, I can't, you can't talk to me. You cannot speak to me like that. She said something. Oh, she was telling me, saying about how I didn't allow her to smoke or drink. So she was like, "You don't treat people like that." And my response was "And you don't talk to people like that. The way you're talking to me right now, I cannot allow you to continue to talk to me like this." And then she was like, "You see that attitude?" And she started screaming at the top of her lungs, "Get him out of here! Get him out of here!" And I was just like, "Ma'am." I was like, "Ma'am, I'm gonna have to call the police. I need you to leave or I'm gonna call the police." She wouldn't leave until finally I picked up the phone to call the police, and then she left. But just the fact that she thought she could come into my workplace and get me escorted out of the building because she was upset at whatever reason. I don't even know why she was upset the second time.
And the thing is, they're usually in the wrong. How are you gonna scream at me and be mad at me and you're the one that's in the wrong?
Exactly. I'm
what?
I don't understand. You want to drink and smoke, go to a bar patio and drink and smoke on the bar patio. Don't go to a spa.
We're a spa.
What?
Do you have an experience on the other side of that? Where you were in a bad customer service situation, but you were receiving the service?
I feel like nothing like very extreme. It's just where like
That's
situations
good.
where I'm just like, wow, you do not need to be working here. Like, or you need to be doing something else. It's not customer service because you're just an extremely rude person. And I get it. People have bad days.
Right.
But so do I.
Right. That's not an excuse. Sorry.
And then when one person makes me upset, like you got to reset with that next person because it's not their fault that somebody just upset you, you know? Or like, if you are that upset, then like voice that and be like, I need to take a break. Let me go chill, cool off, you know, instead of taking it out on the next person who's like, hi. But yeah, no, I've never had any extreme, like me being, nothing that I can think of right now. How about you?
Okay. I'll start with like customer service, like a bad experience where I was the customer service provider and I was dealing with like a crazy client. This was at the spa. There was a few. Did you kill it?
Nope.
Damn it.
Damn it. Look, it's right
Damn it. I touched it. Anyway, it should be dying. Back to right. This was when I was working at the spa. Mind you, we had some very nice, some very, you know, sweet customers come in. We had like our regulars that would come in that were really sweet. Like, you know, this isn't to bash all the customers at the spa because we did have some gems that were very nice, would bring us Christmas presents and stuff like that. So, you know, no shade, but we also had a fair share of rude, entitled people. Like
entitled.
Emphasis on entitled.
Yes.
Because here's the thing, there's a difference between going to an establishment and expecting a certain level of service. Like, I get it. We're calling ourselves a 5-star spa. We're supposed to be providing this impeccable service. I get that. So if we're not, okay, then you have the right to complain or be upset, but you don't have a right to be disrespectful. And that's the problem. And was a reason why I left, because I was starting to feel like the customers were starting to get a little out of pocket. They were starting to get real comfortable.
real brave,
real bold was like how they were treating us at the front and how they were treating management. So saying that to say, there's just this one specific time that stands out to me. And I was one of the managers on duty at the time, and I can't remember the specific situation, but I remember there was a man, he was like an older man who I think he was supposed to be scheduled for a massage at a certain time, but we had to like move it, or it had to get moved to a different therapist, or something happened with the schedule where something happened with his appointment. Obviously, I get, you know, if your appointment is changed in any way, that's not ideal, but we would always try to handle situations like that to the best of our abilities, because there'd be times where therapists or estheticians would call out, you got to do damage control for that, or like if people are running late, you got to do damage control for that. So we had to deal with a lot of like putting fires out. So that was nothing new. It wasn't that serious. But I think what happened was he requested a specific therapist and she wasn't available. And I think we tried to call him. I guess he never got the call or whatever, so he comes. And when the customer comes in, we always confirm like the service, the time, and who they're seeing or whatever. So of course he comes to me and I'm, you know, hi. And I have to be the one to break the news like, yeah, unfortunately so-and-so isn't here today. We tried to call you. I'm so sorry. He like lost his mind. Like he acted like, I don't even know what. Like I don't even know what would cause you to react like that over a massage. But he lost it. He was like, I can't believe that you guys didn't let me know that so-and-so's not here. This is ridiculous. I only go and see her. I can't believe, like he was just going off. And I was like, I understand. Like I totally get it. We tried to call you, you didn't answer, or whatever the case may be. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, are you gonna, like, do you want to check in and still get the massage or not? Because, like, I'm not about to sit here and do the back and forth with you in the lobby. Like, let's make a decision. So he's, like, going off. And so then, I forget all the details, but I just remember he was just, like, screaming at me. And it was to the point where it was making other people in the lobby uncomfortable.
This was at the front.
Because this was at the front. And the way that the lobby is like, there's our front desk. There's usually like 3 or 4 people behind the front desk. And then, you know, customers come in and out from either the elevator or the spa area or whatever. So it was getting to a point where it's like, okay, now you're being loud and like you're making other people uncomfortable. Like, what's going on? he's screaming. So finally, our other co-worker had to come out. I'll delete that.
Bleep. Just put a little bleep over it.
Had to come out.
Was I there that day?
I don't remember.
I feel like I might have been there that day, and I was in the office, and I like could hear like
you probably
his
could.
volume.
He was
like,
loud because he had a like booming voice.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know, older man, and he just had like a very like booming, loud voice. And it wasn't even like I wasn't scared of this man or anything like that. Like, please. But it's just first of all, as a man, like you're screaming at a young woman. That's first off. Like, it's not that serious. Why are you screaming at me? I didn't do anything to you personally for you to be doing that. And then now you're causing a scene. It's making other people uncomfortable. I'm already uncomfortable. And now at this point, I'm like, I just want you to leave. Like, just get away from me. Either go into the spa for your service or just leave the establishment altogether because I'm uncomfortable and you're being incredibly disrespectful. So finally, I just got to a point where I said, I'm going to step away. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. So give me a moment. And then that's when I think I went to go grab, and he had to come. Because that's the other thing too, is that sometimes men get crazy in these situations, and it's like you got to grab another man because it just, if I would have grabbed another woman, I feel like he would have just started screaming at her. So it was one of those kind of situations. So I grabbed my male coworker. He came out and he was kind of just trying to calm it down, like, yeah, you know.
He's very good at that.
He's very good. He's
Said coworker.
He's a charmer. Said coworker is a charmer. So thank you for that, because he did kind of diffuse the situation, and the guy ended up, you know, getting his service or whatever. But I just felt so disrespected, and I don't like the fact that it took me having to go grab backup for him to like calm down, because it wasn't even a situation that should have escalated like that. Long story short, after that, I wrote an email to our upper management, and I just said, you know, this is the situation. I gave the name and all the details. Oh, I was good for an email.
Yes.
Anytime anything went, I'm good for an email.
I've learned that from her, so now I'm the one. Now I'm like, here he is again.
Here he is sending an email. Here she is.
Me.
Yep, because I'm like, one thing we're not gonna do is we're not gonna just get abused verbally or have situations happen and not have it documented or not have any repercussions for it. Like, I was always emailing about something, because anyway. So I emailed about that situation, and I told him, I said, if this man is still welcome at this establishment, I will not be dealing with him. So when he comes in, I'm not servicing him, period.
As a company, they should just be like, okay, you know what, you disrespected our employee. You're no longer welcome here. Like,
or at least be the mediators, be like, you need to apologize that we, like, here at this spot,
that as
we
well,
do not tolerate any kind of disrespect, verbal abuse, whatever. That just needed to be said, and it wasn't. And I that's when I was kind of getting upset with my job and with, you know, like upper management, because I felt like they didn't have my back. But I was firm with that. So like the next time he came in, I sure did scoot on over, and I was like, you can go ahead and check him in.
Even
like,
I would have loved for you to be the only one at the front desk and just boom, nah.
I would, yeah, because I'm saying, if I would have been like the only person at the front when he walked in, I wouldn't have even acknowledged his
I wouldn't
presence.
have either.
I would have just been.
And then I would have like left it in the company's hands. It'd be like, well, you already what?
I'd be like, I told you
Yeah.
per my last email. I said what I said, and I'm not dealing with this man. So anyway, yeah, that was like one that stands out as far as like a customer
Crazy
service,
story,
like crazy story. Because I was just like, yo, us working in customer service, you just have a different like perspective, because it's like, you know what it's like to be on the other side. So you know how appreciative you are when you have someone who comes in and they're nice and they're friendly.
And that's
and
the
like,
thing. When
and that's, I want to be like that when
Mm-hmm.
I'm, you know, in those situations.
I want to be why can't everybody be like that person,
Right.
you know?
We should all strive to be that, you know, for our customer service situations. I just, you know,
Because I feel like
it would be better.
people need to realize that, like, yes, it's customer service, but it's literally a human to human interaction.
Yeah. If we could all just work on, you know, just being nice on both ends, I think it would make things a lot easier, because, you know, there's just really no need. Like, just make it easy for both parties, you know? That's something else in customer service. I feel like it is always, the customer is always right. No, they're not. The customer is not always right.
I cannot believe we have not said that.
I know, this entire
video.
time. Because I just thought about that, because I feel like it's so the mantra of the spa, and it's just like the mantra of all customer service jobs, where it's like the customer's always right. And I feel like No, they're not.
No.
Like, they're actually not. They
That
can
needs
be
to be
dead wrong.
That needs to be on the thumbnail. The customer is not always right.
Yes.
I will put my foot down because I know that I'm putting it down correctly. I'm never out of pocket. So then that is the company's job to now back me up because I reacted like this because I had the right to react like this. And if you don't have my back, then I will lose my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
then that just shows that's a whole other topic.
Stand up for yourself as best as you
don't-
can. Don't lose your job.
Yeah,
It depends on the situation too, because I feel like for me, it was one of those things where it's like, it's not that I was willing to lose my job over these situations, but I was getting to a point where it's like, is it worth all of the stress and like the treatment by these people for me to stay? And I decided it wasn't.
Exactly. Like,
And that's
protect
why I
yourself.
left. Yeah. Do what you have to do.
I hope rude customers come across this video and they're just like, oh my god, they're talking about
Change your
me.
ways.
Yeah, honestly.
You know? Do you have anything else to say to wrap this up? I think we touched on a lot of really good points.
Yeah, we did. It turned into a venting session. And also, like, not adding on, but this could have went a lot longer.
Oh yeah.
There were so
You
many
don't
tangents
understand.
and stories and
Because
craziness.
like the oh my gosh, I can't even begin to describe, because I worked there for like 3 years. The things that I've seen and come across, oh my gosh, I could write a book. But it's like, it's crazy too, because there's a lot of stuff that I don't even remember anymore. But
same.
yeah,
But
we could have been here for hours, but you know, we'll spare you all of that.
so we had our little venting session.
So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Comment down below if you have anything to say about the topic, if you have any other topics that you would like us to talk about, if you have any special guests that you'd like me to bring on. I mean, I don't know, just comment.
If you want to be on the video,
If you want to be in another, if you want to be
DM, catch
featured
a flight.
in
Comes with shots of tequila. So.
Right. I will say, we were talking about this earlier, just kind of part of being a guest on my channel is there will be some sort of alcohol involved. So you need to be 21 and up. It's just tradition here. So
It is what it is.
So anyway, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And until next time, cheers.
Cheers.